Yeah. What's good, everybody, man? It's your boy Brady Sr. giving you the OMFL news after dark. Got to talk about game of the week, some stat leaders, maybe even, talk about some of the power rankings. And then we're going to talk about the Madden issue playoff picture. Yeah, the image looking right. Yeah, hey, the image looking right. But anyway, man, hey, we'll be right back after this, man, because we got to keep you locked, get you hype, and ready for the Press Pass motherfucking live in this bitch. But yo, I digress. We'll be right back. Yay! Hey, welcome back to the OMFL News After Dark. It's your boy Brady Sr. And I'm over here tearing up this holiday tin of popcorn, bro. And they be selling these bad boys at the grocery store, man. Got that caramel, got that cheddar. The butter popcorn is gone, though. But anyway, man, let's talk about the player of the week last week. It looks like offensively, man, Terry Mclaurin, 16 catches, 266 yards, 3 TDs. Like, good Lord, Rob. What are we doing over there? And then, of course, at the defensive side, man, we had Terrell Edmonds, 2 tackles, 0 sacks, 3 interceptions, and 1 forced fumble. And my boy in this image, boy, he looked like he's straight from the streets. Snatch your mama's pocketbook, bitches. But yeah, hey man, we'll be right back into this, man. We're gonna keep the same beat, and we're gonna actually talk about the power rankings as of right now. I'll be right back. Yeet. Peace. I told y'all bitches I'll be right back after this. What's good, everybody, man? It's the OMFL News After Dark, man. We running through this shit because I'm a little bit behind getting y'all this content, but hey, gotta keep it rolling. It's been a busy week already. A lot of basketball going on, a lot of moving parts, so wanted to kind of keep things rolling. But power rankings, as it stands right now, Cowboys at 1, Chiefs at 2, Lions at 3, Ravens at 4, Panthers at 5, Cardinals at 6, Jaguars at 7, Bucks at 8, Patriots at 9, and the Dolphins at 10. And man, let me just tell you this right now. Looking at my schedule, bro, I actually would have faced on this back 9 the Cards, the Patriots, and next week I got the Dolphins. Like, holy shit, man. Jaguars is going through the gauntlet before the playoffs. You feel me? But hey, we gotta get stronger. Gotta get stronger. And the only way you do that is if you play the best. And unfortunately, I haven't been able to beat them yet. So it is what it is, man. But that's the power rankings as of right now. Pretender or contender? Let me know in them comments who you think that is. But other than that, man, we'll be right back after this, man. We're going to talk about some stat leaders. And then might even throw in a little bit of drama for that mama. Peace. Hey, rolling in my 6-4. Hey. What's good, everybody, man? It's your boy Brady Sr. giving you the OMFL News After Dark. And we back. Talking about the offensive statistical leaders right now. We're going to try to run through this real quick. Daniel Jones leads all quarterbacks with 60 completion percentage, 3,685 yards, 9.1 yard pass average. He's got a long of 85, TDs 32, interceptions, oh my God, 28. And then he's been sacked 16 times. The rushing leader is my boy, B. Mo, out there in Jacksonville. 220 attempts, 1,531 yards. He's averaging 7 yards a carry. 75 is his long, 2 fumbles on the season. He's actually got 20 plus runs, about 13 of them, and then he's got 6 broke tackles, and then he's got 17 TDs. He only trails a couple cats with 19 and 18 respectively. Mo, baby. But anyway, moving on to receivers, man. Terry McLaurin, of course, he should be leading. But anyway, Terry McLaurin, 103 catches, 1,749 yards, 17.0 is his average per catch. His long is 62, his drops is 19, and his yaggity yak is 481 yards, and then his touchdowns is 16. That is the offensive leaders. We'll be right back after this with the defensive side. Peace. Hey, what's good, man? This your boy Brady Sr. If you've made it this far, hit that like, hit that subscribe, and keep tuning in every week to the OMFL News After Dark and the motherfucking Press Pass Live hosted by my boy GrownFolks Nate. But hey, I just give you the news in this bitch. Peace. Yo, what's good, everybody, man? It's the OMFL News After Dark. Had to switch up the beat a little bit, and we go into the defensive statistical leaders. So Samson, Beckham, 34 tackles, 22 sacks, 3 forced fumbles, and that is all the stats that he has, but he leads everybody with 22 sacks on the season. He's the sack leader. Then over here at the tackle leader, you have Willie Gay Jr. out of the Giants with 59 tackles, 3 sacks, 1 forced fumble, 1 fumble recovery, 2 interceptions, and 11 pass deflections and 2 TDs. And then over here at the interception leaders, you have a tie for first with Roddy Harrison and Anthony Brown. They both have 10 interceptions on the season. And then after that, man, looks like you have somebody at 9, and then you have everybody else is tied for the 4th spot at 8. There's quite a few of them, but those are your defensive statistical leaders, man. Hey, yo, we'll be right back after this with the Madden playoff preview. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. All right, man. Welcome to the OMFL News After Dark, man. It's your boy Brady Sr. Welcome back. We getting ready to talk about the Madden issue playoff bracket as of right now this week. If the postseason was to start today, AFC side, you would have Kansas City with the bye. And then you would have Ravens versus the Bengals. You would have the Jags versus the Texans, round 3. And then you would have the Pats versus the Dolphins, round 3. And then, of course, on the NFC side, you have the Cowboys with the bye week. Then you would have Pack versus the Lions, okay, round 3. You would have the Vikings versus the Panthers. And then you would have the Cards versus the Buccaneers, round 3. A lot of round 3s popping off in the postseason, but hey, there can only be one champion. Who's a pretender? Who's a contender, man? Talk to me about these matchups. Peace. Hey, Yeah. Okay. What's good, everybody? Man, it's your boy Brady Sr. giving you the OMFL News After Dark. And we talking about the game of the week, man. We are zooming through this like a motherfucker, bro. And it's the Cowboys versus the Chiefs. 11-0 versus 10-1. And right now, Daddy Leagues predicts that it's a 28-26 final score in favor of the Cowboys. So, man, let me know in the comments what y'all think it's really gonna be. But, yo, we almost out of here. Press Pass Live is coming up next. But before we get out of here, man, we'll hit you with the closing. And, we'll be right back. Peace. Yeah. All right, y'all, man. It's your boy Brady Sr. giving you the OMFL News After Dark. And that's it, y'all. We up out of here for another show. And, man, please get over to my my DMs, man. Private message me some content, man. Starting to run out of that flavor, man. It's supposed to be the news, right? So y'all gonna have to get y'all asses up and give me some motherfucking news. But before we get up out of here, man, we got an update in the award race. Still leading the AFC is the Chiefs with 5 award nominations. Then you have the Jags at 4. And then you have, with 1 each, New England, Denver, Cleveland, LA Chargers, and the Houston Texans all have 1. And then on the NFC side, man, Dallas still leads all teams with 4, with Washington following with 3, a tie with Seattle and Detroit at 2, and then you have Chicago and Carolina both with 1 player representing them in the award race. But it's Press Pass Live time, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to make it on this show, but if I do sneak in, hopefully you stay locked and tuned in for the sultry Grown Folk Nate, y'all. But hey, I'm out of here, man. This is your boy Brady Sr., man. Peace, love, and motherfucking hair grease. Yay!
This is the OMFL.
You can't touch this.
And you're in the mix with Kinda Real Name. Here's another OMFL production.
All right, what it do, man? Welcome to Press Pass Live, guys. Looks like we got a big crew tonight. We got 14, 15, 16 kind of bouncing around there, so it's good to see everybody. Took me about 30 minutes longer than I was hoping to. I had to work out a couple little bugs. I've been working all day on some stuff, and I'm pretty excited about what's coming. Pretty excited about what I'm working on and what I'm going to be able to roll out here pretty soon. I'm going to step up the game even more. I'm still working towards getting a new camera and stuff, but that's some later on investments kind of as I save up. But yeah, I'm excited. I got some new overlays going to drop. I got some new some new things that are gonna be happening here. I don't know why though. Our little chat should be popping up right here. I just noticed that. Let's see something. Hold up now. No, that's not gonna work. Alright, let me see something. Hold on. I want live chat. I'm gonna see everybody. I want to see everybody. Everybody. Why I look frozen over here? Oh, no, I don't. I ain't frozen. All right. I want y'all to talk to me tonight because I don't have a ton on the plate. I didn't break it. Did I break it for real? No, I didn't break it. I'm going to get the chat going here in just a second, though. Watch. We're going to pop it off right here. Watch. We're going to do... What are we going to do? I'm going to do this. We're going to do this right here. We're going to do this right here. No, that ain't it. It's riveting, I know it is. But we will get it. We gon' get it. Ooh. I ain't want all that. Oh well. We'll clean this up next time. Alright, no chat tonight. Y'all see y'all own chat when y'all on here playing anyway. So no chat tonight. But yeah, I'm working on some things, man. I think you guys are gonna like it. I think you're gonna see some stuff. Let's see. I've got it set up now where I can see the chat just a little bit better than I normally can. I was trying something, it didn't work though. So still some bugs to work out, but we're gonna get it figured out. I can see the chat here now, which is something I usually can't do because usually it's way over here. But I want you guys to talk to me. Brady, thank you for another great OMFL news. I'm winging it just a little bit because, like I said, I've been working all day on just some new streaming stuff and a new logo for myself. And so I'd love to have your feedback. If you got any feedback about logos, if you know what the eye likes and what the eye don't like, go ahead and jump in the Discord and let me know what you think about my logo because I'd love to get some feedback about it. But I just want to hang out and talk with you guys tonight because I don't even know what to talk about. There's so much stuff going on. We're going to get to some games because I'm already there's one little thing that's kind of itching me right now and kind of like scabies. And so we're going to hop over there. But I want to talk about some re-signs real quick. I want to start the show off a little bit differently and talk about some of these new contracts that are being signed here in the OMFL. Because there's a couple of things that I don't really understand. And it's going to be, number one, here's the first one that you pick up immediately. A lot of offensive linemen getting some new contracts. Washington football team, the Patriots, Ravens. Here it is. Dallas Cowboys, Chicago Bears, Browns. I thought I seen one other one in here. Oh, yeah, right here, the Buccaneers, right? So a lot of offensive linemen starting to get a lot of contracts. So you can see the guys are starting to hold on to them. Rob, I don't even know what the record is. Look it up. Tell me what the record is. But a lot of offensive linemen. But here's what I don't get, and that's these one-year deals. Rob, maybe you can help us understand this a little bit better in the chat, but a 1-year deal to cornerback Harrison Hand. You see Peterson got a 1-year deal. I get with his age why you're just giving him a 1-year deal. There's a 2-year deal there to Teller. Maybe that's just because you want to hold on to him for a little bit, but a couple 1-year deals, a couple 2-year deals, and those are a little just confusing to me, because if you're going to sign a 1-year deal, why not just hold that re-signing off unless you just don't have anybody else to use it on, which kind of makes a whole lot of sense. But just kind of the 1-year deals are a little bit confusing, but a couple big contracts being signed here. Isaiah Wynn getting a 3-year, $40 million contract. Patrick Peterson, 1 year, $12 million, but he's got a lot of cap that he can tie up in here. But he's definitely got the money to go ahead and give Patrick Peterson the 1-year deal. Oh, 2100. Yeah, we're going to get to that. We'll talk about it. Let's look at this. Who else? Oh, Lockett, 4 years, $65 million contract. That's a little bit surprising to see Pepper put that kind of money on a wide receiver. I gave Marcus Davenport a nice little contract, $47.8, almost $50 million for 4 years. He's young. He's like 24. He just bumped up to star dev. So, yeah, I mean, it was worth going ahead and giving him the contract. Jerome Baker, 4 years, $33 million. 4 years, $18 million for Connor Williams. That's a pretty cheap contract right there. I couldn't get my guys to take any cheap contracts. A 4-year, $30 million contract to James Daniels. Mike Williams is going to stay with the Chargers, 4 years, $45 million. Christian Turk staying over there, 4 years, $47 million. There's a lot of money tied up in a couple of wide receivers, which is a little confusing because that picture doesn't go with the Mike Williams. And so I'm like, is this another Mike Williams? I'm kind of crazy. I don't know. I'm scratching my head a little bit. I felt like this was a good contract. He's going to get way more than that if I let him walk. 4 years, $26.9. 3 years, $34.5 to Edward Bernstein. 4 years, $41.7 to Roquan Smith. That's not bad for, I mean, that guy's in the Pro Bowl every single year. So, I mean, I would go ahead and give him the contract too. Lattimore got him a 4-year, $50 million contract. Not bad there. 4 years, $18 million for Ronald Jones. I'd give him that. Mark Andrews got 4 years, $33.5. That's a lot of money on it's got to be what, 26, 28-year-old tight end, somewhere in that range. That's his cousin Craig. Is it really? I don't know if you're just messing with me or not. 3 years, $21.5 to Preston Williams. 4 years, $42.8 to Braden Smith. Orlando Brown got 4 years, $50 million. So these offensive linemen are getting paid. Sampson, I mean, I'm not even going to try to butcher that last name like our boy Brady tries to do. But 4 years, $66.2. Is he worth it? I don't know, man. He's proven it. I mean, he's in a normal Madden league. He'd probably break the NFL record. He's not going to break the records here because, man, we had some crazy crap here. But 5 years, $63 million. I mean, you got $120 million into a right end and a left outside linebacker, not to mention your quarterback, not to mention your receiver. And you guys are giving me a hard time about the Saints, who I don't even know who blamed me. Mo said that one of y'all blamed me for getting myself in the pickle that I was in, but it was just inherited. But this is not inherited. I know Penguins didn't take over a great situation, but that's a lot of freaking money to be throwing out on those guys. 4 years, $22 million to Ronnie Harrison. That's a really good deal. A guy that's number 2 in the league in interceptions. Josh Allen got a 4-year, $86.6 million contract. Oh. That's some money. That's some serious money. 4 years, $44.5 to Travis Kelce. I don't know if I would have spent that personally. He's an aging tight end. That's a lot of money to tie up. But now that we've kind of removed some of these issues in the past, you guys can get out of those pretty good. I did not, Rob. Dude, you're crazy as hell. You're an angry dude. You need to chill out. I did not. You're totally wrong on that. I gave out 2 big contracts, and one was to my import. Anyway, Ryan, I sure the hell didn't give out 3 $60 million contracts. Ryan Ramczyk, 4 years, $45.5 million. So that's a big contract, but he got more of that in free agency. Eric Ebron, these tight ends are getting a lot more money than I would expect. Are tight ends that important to you guys? I don't know. They're not that important to me to be giving out this kind of money. Terrell Edmonds, that's not a bad deal. 4 years, $21.5. Whew. TJ Watt got paid 4 years, $56 million. I guess he would have made more than that. This is a good deal, though. Saquon Barkley, 4 years, $43.7. That's not bad for Saquon. I mean, I would take that. Holy cow. Can we just take a moment of silence for the Packers salary cap situation here? How did he even have the cap money to do this? 4 years, $73 million. That's the biggest contract. Oh, no. Allen got the biggest contract. Second biggest contract that we've seen so far. Nathan Faulkner, 4 years, $72 million. Some big contracts that have went out this year already. So I just want to run through a couple of these. Bill Neal getting 3 years, $44. That's not too bad. I would have tried to make it 4 years, though, if you give him that kind of money. Let's see. Here's the Broncos. Von Miller. Levante. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. Von Miller, 3 years, $67. I don't know if I'm doing that. I'm letting Von walk or I'm trading him. That's a lot of money to tie up in an aging player. Let's see. What else we got here? Tron Armstead. That one hurt, especially now that I'm looking back on it. But offensive line's where I'm willing to put my money. Ace Waters, 4 years, $80 million. Holy cow, that's a lot of money. But defensive ends, I guess, can make a difference. I don't know. Jordan didn't make the kind of contract that I was paying him, so I was glad to let him go. Deontay Jackson, not a bad contract here. 4 years, $32 million. Anything else crazy here? 5 years, $57 on a free safety. I think I'm going to keep my 5 year in my pocket. Tavarius White, you got to keep him. That's a pretty big contract, though, but you can't let him walk. Devontae Adams, 4 for $77. Where's the Bears? I just seen the Bears one. We just talked about it. $4 for $72. Who are you paying? Are you paying Adams $77 or are you paying Faulkner $72? I don't think I want to pay either one, even though I have one, but Madden gave me that one real life. That's a lot of money to be tying up into some contracts. Whew. Pat Cruz, 5 years, $102 million. By far the biggest contract that we've seen in here tonight. Is that the biggest contract that we've seen? How did I even skip that? It was so big, I skipped right through it. That's got to be the biggest contract we've seen signed, period, huh? Have we seen a bigger contract? I remember a couple Maddens ago, somebody got a $100 million contract. That's a lot of money for the Chargers. Marlon Humphrey's got 4 for $53, so some big contracts. I thought that would be a fun way to go ahead and start it out. Man, that's some really, really big contracts, though, that we see coming off the board immediately. All right, you guys talked about it. Let's go look at some stats, and then I'll get to the stuff that's kind of rubbing me the wrong way. I'm going to be ranting on you, Rob. I don't know why you poking me. Why you poking me, Rob? I thought we was buddies, man. I thought we were friends. Wearing my goofy LSU hat just because we got that big win. Anytime we can squash the Gators' dreams and hopes, I enjoy it. But this hat looks goofy as hell. Not all hats are created equal. Kind of learned that in the last couple of years. Blaming Bill. He got it for me in a bet. I'm going to talk about a couple of these things. Number one, the quarterback play in this league is atrocious, and that's coming from somebody who's one of the top atrocious quarterback players in this league. You can see my guys are right up here, top 5 in interceptions, which is embarrassing to sit here and say. Let's go ahead and look at QBR. I don't even think we can't even look at QBR. We got to look at yards, but you can see here. I mean, we're going to have many 30 interception quarterbacks this year. Now, again, I know Daniel Jones didn't play the first 5 games. It was CPU, but still, that's a lot of interceptions. Haskins is above 20. Carr above 20. Wentz is above 30. He's at 30. Stafford's above 20. Rodgers is way above 30. Burrow way above 30. Worthington above 20. Love and Baker above 20. Really, the guys who are playing really good at the quarterback position are going to be Donna McCoy, 2,900 yards. What is this? 284 attempts, 26 touchdowns. Whoa, 10 interceptions. And then the Chiefs. Mahomes, he's got 257 attempts, 3,200 yards, 28 touchdowns, and only 8 interceptions, 71%. So those guys are playing really high-quality football at the quarterback position. Drew Lock, not terrible, 19 and 13. I thought there was one other one that I think I skipped up here. No, everybody else is pretty bad. So the quarterback play, yeah, he's going to catch me with one. I don't know why. I don't know why Rob is so angry with me. There's like these little topics that I touch on that just send Rob crazy, and he just rants on me. And he's already, I think, fired up tonight. I'm going to talk about that in just a little bit. But anyway, the quarterback play in this league is atrocious, and that's coming again from the guy who's like king of it. We got to do better. We got to get these interceptions way down. I'm not going to tune sliders. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying we got to make better decisions. 43. Timeout. Stop the press. We're going to have a 55 interception quarterback in this league. A 55. You know he's going to get to 55. You know Outlaws are going to get to 55. Look, I don't know if Colin's around, but Colin, you asked for this. You were like, oh, yeah, we'll probably have a couple guys in the 30s. We won't have a lot of guys in the 30s. This is pretty high. We're probably going to have to tone down some of the either coverage or reaction. I don't know. We need to look at it. I feel like it's playing pretty good, so maybe next year these numbers will go down because it was pretty crazy in the first couple of weeks. No, Rob, it wasn't the truth. I mean, you'll probably go dig up some numbers, but I didn't give out $250 million in contracts in the offseason because I had to wait until re-signs. I gave out Marcus Williams, I think, got a 45, something like that. Pickney got a fat contract. Now I feel like I gotta go defend myself over here because Rob wants to be a Packer tonight. All right, Mike Thomas inherited. This guy just got a contract like a couple of weeks ago. I signed this one. So a 4-year, $70 million contract on my import. I can't let him walk. So, yeah, I gave him a contract. He just now got a contract. Pete was in the game. Ramczyk just got a contract, 4-year, $53 million. I signed him last offseason. Davenport just got a contract. I had to sign him. So 5 years, $49 million. So these are all right at $50 million except for Pickney, which was the higher one there. And so $250,000 is being a little harsh there. Anzalone got 4 years, $10 million. That's it. Everybody else was low. Yeah, so I don't think that it's even remotely the same as, spending 3 guys at $63+ million or whatever it was. Not the same thing. So anyway, sorry that I talked about your boy, and it's not talking about him. I just said he spent a lot of money, inherited a tough situation, so chill out over there. So anyway, what were we even talking about? Rob's got me all fired up here. I don't even know what the hell we were talking about. Oh, yeah, we're talking about the atrocious quarterback play in this league. Yeah, as Rob said, right, that it was pretty bad, right? It was the first couple of weeks were rough, and I think I threw 4 or 5 picks week 1 against Maniac, and so I didn't have a good run at it either early on. And so we got to figure out this quarterback play. These numbers are pretty tough. Of course, it's going to keep everybody in here, but we have a couple of guys, playing really good football here at the top. Ken Green, man, if you can get those interceptions down, he's playing good football. I heard he's going to walk. But some of these other numbers are pretty low. Like everybody you start getting here, these are pretty low percentage numbers. There's some really bad ones in there. So we definitely got to get that figured out. All right, here's the one that everybody wants to talk about tonight. Ben Morrison, we were going to talk about it because these are crazy numbers. 220 attempts, 1,531 yards, 7 yards a carry, 17 touchdowns. What's the touchdown record? Go look it up. Go look up the touchdown record. Only 2 fumbles. What are we in? I don't even know what week in. So we're in week... Oh, yeah, he's going to shatter it. Yeah, we're in week 13, so we got 4 more weeks to go here, and he's got, what would that be? Y'all said 2,100 yards, right? So 400 yards, 600 yards. So he's got roughly 600 yards, right? 600 yards to go before he breaks it. 600 yards, 4 games. It's a little over 100 yards, 125 yards a game, which is what he's averaging. And so as long as he doesn't get hurt, he's going to shatter that. I think that's being held by Houday, right? I don't know. You guys would have to tell me. Let's see. Let's bring it up. We're going to send y'all over here. Hold on. Let's see if that works. Yeah, y'all can see that. All right, let's go look at it. So glad we started doing this a couple years ago. It looks like 50 touchdowns is the record there. That's not going to get broke for sure. Even that's a team. That's a team, right? Let's see. What individual... What do we have here? The 131 catches might fall. We'll get to them in just a second. That might fall. Here we go. Houday, he's got 2,258 yards. So that's the season rushing record. 22. That's a little tougher. I mean, that's tacking on another 100 yards. So, you know, he'd have to keep his average up for sure. 33 touchdowns, that's definitely not going to get broken. I mean, you're 17. You would have to have a long way to go before you get to 33. Yeah, he's not even going to be able to do it. Josh Jacobs, he's only got 19, so that one's going to be safe. 46 touchdowns, is that one gonna, I think that one's going to be fine. Maybe not, though. I don't know. Daniel Jones has an opportunity to maybe get there. I mean, you have to have a hell of a last couple of weeks here. The yards is definitely safe. Oh, these are individual games now. So it's going to be tight, man. You're going to have to really push it if you're going to get there. So look at some receiving. Terry Mclaurin, is that how you say it? Maybe. I don't know. I'm terrible. Rob, you're having a hell of a season there. 103 catches, 1,749 yards, 16 touchdowns. So you're within reach right there of what Colin did with DJ Moore a couple of seasons ago. It's been a while now, season 81, 2,900 yards. That's going to be a little bit unreachable, though. I don't think you're going to be able to get there unless you went totally crazy. The 25 touchdowns, though, is not out of reach. I mean, we got DeAndre Hopkins. He's just a couple away from breaking the 25 already. Mclaurin would have to have a hell of a last couple of games here, but it's not totally undoable. So these guys could definitely get there. Why is this here? We're going to have to take that down because that one's not the record no more. I don't even know why it's up there because 147. So poor Outlaw's going to lose one of his. Let's look at the interceptions. I don't think that's going to fall. I think the top guy's 10, right? Yeah, so that's not even going to come close. So, yeah, we got a couple of potential record breakers here in Ben Morris, DeAndre Hopkins, Terry McLaurin. So, a couple of the receiving records, a couple of the rushing records are all there, and it could definitely fall. Let's look and see if there's anything here. Yeah, that one's going to be safe. Passing touchdowns is going to be safe. That's where we got the number a while ago. Yeah, that record's already been broken. That one, I think, could definitely fall. It's just going to be tough to get right over the top there and get where you guys want to get to break the OMFL record. Oh, like a reverse record, like a negative record. Yeah, that would not be good. So it looks like Dobbins broke the touchdown, but not the OMFL record, right? Because the touchdowns, 25 touchdowns from a receiver, 33 touchdowns. Oh, he was 2 away, 1 from tying. So Dobbins almost broke it a couple of years ago. So Mclaurin's already got that, but isn't. Didn't break the OMFL record. Receiving touchdowns, 23. So there's definitely a couple of records that can fall now. This one might fall. These NFL records might fall. I think they'll definitely have somebody that's closer to 15, the way we're tossing the ball around. All right, let me get off to a couple little rants here, and then we'll wrap up the show. It's not a super long show tonight. I'm definitely here, though, to talk about anything that you guys want to talk about. If you want to pick my team apart again, like Rob does, it's super not helpful, Rob. Damn you. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, let's look at some standings, and then I'll get to the thing that kind of frustrated me a little bit. We got our 2 top teams, and they played tonight. I don't know what happened. They were playing, but it doesn't show that it got played. And so I actually don't know what happened to this game. Evidently a disconnect or something went crazy here. Because this game did not evidently get reported. So I'm not even sure what happened here. But those 2 teams, that's going to be a hell of a game. And in the game I'm probably going to rant on in just a little bit. The Lions right there, right? They're having a great season. I talked about them a couple of weeks ago. Panthers are still hanging tough. The Ravens have had some really impressive wins as of late. And I mean, what are you going to say about the Cardinals? I mean, this guy is doing this with a terrible quarterback. And now he's just showing off. I'm going to have to boot him when he wins the championship this year. I mean, if this guy wins the championship with Tyree Jackson, I don't know what I'm going to... what do you even do? 62 overall, y'all. Yeah, I mean, yes, he's got some good stats here with the 95 throwing power. His accuracy is terrible. He's definitely fast, 85, 89. I mean, we've seen what Colin did with him, but he wasn't a 62 overall. So now he's just showing off with this guy. 17 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. I mean, it's just stupid what this guy is able to do with a 62 overall quarterback. It just doesn't even, it makes no sense at all. None. It just doesn't make sense. Like, why does he play here? I'd be so bored. I'd be like, y'all suck. I'm out. I got to go somewhere else. I got to go play with somebody else. I'm going to play mud. I'm going to become a professional Madden player. I got to go do something else because y'all trash. Oh, look, I'm going to look at stats. That's not even what I want to look at. I want to look at standings. A couple teams that are pretty surprising. I keep bouncing all around here. The Patriots, man. I don't know what has happened to my dear friend Bloop here, but he's hit a little bit of a slide here, a slid. That slid's not what I want to say. He's hit a bit of a skid. That's the word I was trying to scoop. I need a drink. I need to go to bed. I'm tired. I've stayed up the last 3 nights till 2 in the morning. I can't. I'm too old for this. I got to stop doing this. Patriots hit a bit of a skid. They won this past week, but they've hit a bit of a rough patch here, and I hear that they're going to be divorcing Worthington, even though I still have my doubts, Bloop, that you're actually going to be able to pull that off just because you've invested a lot to go ahead and have him on your team, and I don't know, man. I don't know if it's worth, letting him get out of New England. The Dolphins make a little bit of run here. It's been impressive here. They're sitting at 7-4. Texans' up and down season is trending up at 7-4. The Vikings, though, and Denver have been a bit of a head scratcher. They're just always kind of up and down. And he's such a steady player. I'm guessing I got figured out, so I'm changing. Oh, who's out of town? I'm so confused. See, it's hard to talk and read the chat at the same time. I don't know who's out of town, but you guys are like 10 seconds, 20 seconds behind me or something like that. The Packers are winning way too many games for my liking. With 3 in a row, I'm going to need them to get back to their losing streak. The Bengals and Little Koch have hit a bit of a streak here where they're definitely trending downwards. I thought that they could make a run here. The Jets have had a tough season. Seahawks have decided that they no longer want to win. The Falcons are trending up, man. They've got their new coach, and he is definitely playing much, much better football. D-Money's out of town? Oh. How convenient. I get annoyed by that stuff. Not that people can't go out of town, but like the last Madden, Madden, what was that? Madden 20, the last season, 90, was it 90? He was quote unquote busy or out of town and couldn't play. It's just it's a bit annoying. Rob, I for a guy that's got a lot to say about other people's teams, man, I'm joking when I say that, but I thought you were going to be a team that contended in the NFC this year. I'm assuming, I'd have to go look at your team. I'm not going to do like you and assume that I know your team, but I'm assuming the quarterback play has been tough. I know Dwayne Haskins is up there in interceptions like a lot of us, but, the defensive side of the ball is I don't know. I played you when you were at Arizona, and you were such a good player, much better than your record. And my assumption is the same thing here. I know that you and I played this season, but, man, I really think that one more solid draft, one more solid offseason, one more year to build your quarterback, you're going to be able to turn some things around because you're too good of a player, too good of a coach, and you have too good of a team. Bears at 4-7 are completely given up. They're kind of in the same bucket as me. And have I seen your roster? Yes, I've seen your roster. It's the same as all of our rosters. Bloop, get your boy. The Browns, Massimo, this season has kind of gotten away from him. The Chargers with the win in there last week. But again, another team that I don't know what's up with them. I mean, you go and you give, that's Colts and Chargers, bottom half of the league, go give their first round picks to D-Money. He starts a 62 overall quarterback, still continues to win. Now he buckets 2 more people's, first round picks that are going to be in the top 15 of the league. And I know, Rob, go ahead, give me your token comment. Oh, he's going to draft a normal overall. Yeah, that's not the point. He's still going to get one of the better young players that are cheap and be able to make plays for him. And the Eagles, man, he and I are kind of working together a little bit. I've been really stupid busy, but it's going to slow down after this week. Last full week of work for like 15 days or whatever. Rob is not bad. Whatever, Blue. You're just saying that because you guys are in chat. But the Eagles, man, he is going to be a team that had to rebuild. He had to hit the reset button. He's done some weird stuff with his roster a little bit, trading for a guy that you cut. But he hit the reset button. He's going to have a season to go out and to rebuild that roster in free agency, have the number 1 pick, go out and make the plays. I mean, he's got a stud quarterback. He and I kind of play similar, and I think our teams are kind of built similar. He's got the running back. He's got the quarterback. He's got some potential receivers on that team. Offensive lineman is terrible. His offensive line needs to be completely rebuilt. And according to what we're seeing, there's not going to be anybody in free agency worth a dime because guys are getting paid on the offensive line. So he's going to have to rebuild through the draft. Maybe 1 or 2 guys float into free agency. And it's going to be an interesting team for him to rebuild. But I think he's going to definitely bounce back. All right, let's talk about the big game this week, man. Again, it sounds like there was a blowout going on, and that's kind of what I heard. Oh, this is mine. I was like, what? Why is this all Saints? Yeah, it's still not reported. So I don't know if I was getting a rant when this game was still in the early stages. Oh, 100%, Colin. But you're not... I don't know what your point is. I don't think you have a point. I think you're just being a troll now. which is fine if that makes you happy. But I think you're totally just trolling. Anyway, I got a message about this game that my friend was not playing very well, and this is not the first time, and he and I have had those discussions, but, he says he's kind of chilled out a little bit lately, but there's something about these high-pressure games, and we see this happen a lot when we get to the playoffs. I expect it to happen again this Madden, where you guys get in the playoffs, and you get all caught up in your emotions and your feelings, and it's like, yo, you took an L, take it on the chin, go rebuild, you're going to be playing again in like 4 weeks. No one even remembers the champions around here. No one freaking pulls up the championship banners. No one, unless it's D-Money rattling off 900 in a row. Somebody's got to go look up the history to see when you won one, how you won one. You can't even remember how many you won. It's like, I think we get caught up and we start, taking shots at one another, or we start playing in a way that gives us a bad reputation because emotions get caught up in the game, and it sounds like the same thing's going on here. So it sounds like this is a blowout going for the Chiefs. That offense is crazy. Dwayne's known for defense. If that's true, he's probably upset or frustrated, at his team. Like, I felt it as well. But, you guys got to chill the hell out, man. It's a video game. And I really am kind of getting to that point where, like, babysitting grown men is becoming tiresome. And I pulled more 2 o'clock in the morning nights watching film and babysitting a lot of guys in this league so that y'all have a fun place to play. And I'm just telling you, those days are becoming fewer and far between. A Maniac, I'll send it to your Xbox league, brother, when that happens. If you want to enjoy this place, one of two things are going to happen, or three things. Chill out. Recognize it's just a game. Don't get caught up in your emotions. When you feel yourself getting to that place, turn off your camera, turn off your audio, walk away, get through. It sucks. I get it. It sucks. It is not fun to get your tail handed to you, right? I don't mind losing, but I hate not competing. Like, when you don't compete, it sucks. But don't, lose track of what you're doing here. Don't lose track of what we've got, because either A, I'm going to burn out because I'm getting old for this stuff, man. I'm not passive-aggressive, brother. You hold that thought, Maniac. I'll be right back to you. I'm like a lot of you guys. I'm in my 40s now. I've been doing this for 20-something years, and I love doing it. And it's super tiresome, and I pastor a church, and I work a full-time job as a national training director, and I pull 50 hours like you guys, and then do this on top of all that. And I got to hear your rants and your text messages that you send me in private message that, the world's ending because somebody, blitzed you 4 times in a row. And I get you. I've been there. I freaking got mad at Rob's boy the other day because he freaking hit stick me 3 plays in a row. It's just because I got caught up in my emotions. But I was man enough to be like, yo, it's me. I got too emotional about it, and I got to step back, right? So either I'm going to burn out, and I'm just going to be like, yo, I put in my time, got to go. Or B, you're going to have to go, and I'll just find new people. I'm going to have to replace the Panthers here in another couple months anyway. So you can go play Xbox with Maniac. I'm just saying, chill out, man, and let's enjoy this place. Make content. I love the content that we're seeing. Go make some shows. Go stream. Go invest and become a streamer. Go do some stuff, man. Do something productive. I just get when I get to a place where I'm like, I don't want to turn on Discord, I don't want to look at FPR, I don't want to look at your private messages, because it's just like freaking always everybody's so angry all the time about something. It just kind of wears you out, and yeah, we got to be better. All right, now to you, Maniac. All right, let's get this straight, bro. You want to talk about passive aggressive? You're the king of passive aggressiveness. At least Rob's not passive aggressive. He and I just don't click. We just don't communicate well for whatever reason. Because I actually like Rob, and I wish he liked me. He clearly does not like me. He puts up with me. He doesn't like me. Clearly, I'm gonna have like 5 board positions open at the end of this season too. I'm gonna be like, y'all all gotta go. We gotta get a new crop of people that actually like me. we get a message in the main chat, not a PM to me, not in the OMFL, just in the main chat, passive aggressively saying that you have not decided if you're going to buy an Xbox or a PlayStation 5. Not a PM to me. Not, hey, Nate, I'm thinking about, Xbox might be the better console for me, and it's a big investment, and I'm just letting you know, I'm letting you know I'm still deciding. No, I got to read that in the normal chat with everybody else. Oh, and then you start like crawfishing and, I'll buy both, and I'm just saying I haven't decided, and and that's another thing. This whole idea that one plays the game or one does something, but I don't believe in that for half of a second. I don't. And I know that there are bigger Madden leagues out there. There are really good Madden leagues out there. But if you think the grass is greener than the OMFL, if you think there are guys that will do it as long, I'm such a middle schooler. I was going to say as long and as hard as Nate does it, but that's nasty. I'm not going to say that. But if you think somebody's going to invest 20-something years like I have here to listen to all of you rant at me and make the changes, to have a board that leads me and guides me, and I don't this isn't like my little sandbox that I play in and show off that I've got all the power here. Good luck, brother. Good luck. Go find it, because you'll be like Pepper and everybody else and come back and say it's not out there. So you want to talk about passive aggressive. That frustrated me to read that. Is Bloop angry? Bloop's downtrodden. He's like depressed. Depressed isn't a good word, because that's a serious thing. But he's like downtrodden. He's like Eeyore. Right? Same thing. No, you're not giving me material. See, this is you trying to put some schlackle on it. But no. Oh my God, y'all, you can't say nipples. We've talked about this. Can't say nipples. Oh, sorry. I heard the door open. I was like, is my wife going to hit me with a frying pan because I was being too loud? But anyway, stop getting caught up in your emotions about these games. Chill out, friends. I also need some help tonight because I'm testing a bunch of stuff. I'm going to need y'all to smash the subscribe button. We're trying to get to 400. We're at 323. I need you to smash the share button. Share this out to your channels. I need you to smash the like button. I need you to do it right now. I don't need you to do it later. I need you to do all that right now. No, I just noticed though it's now popping up right here, and I can easily go ahead and accept it when y'all do say crazy stuff like nipples. Here's the last thing I want to do before we look at some owner submitted questions. I don't know why my hands won't work. I love this. It's the simplest thing, and it's like, this is why people get so upset with EA and Madden, is because it's simple. It doesn't take a lot of effort. This should have been the easiest thing that they added to this game, but it just makes our lives so much easier. All right, so if the playoffs ended today, you've got the number 1 seed Dallas Cowboys in the NFC, number 2 seed Detroit Lions, number 3 Carolina Panthers, 4 Arizona Cardinals, 5 Tampa Bay Bucks, 6 Minnesota Vikings, 7 Green Bay Packers. On the other side, you guys can read it. I'm not going to sit here and read it like y'all can't read, but we definitely have some really, 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 really good extra points on your quiz, Maniac. We've got some really, really good matchups. That Lions and Packers matchup, I think, would be a breeze for the Lions to get through, but the Packers have won recently, and we've seen the Lions get some stumbles in there against the Rams, and so maybe there's an upset there. Minnesota and the Carolina Panthers should be a good one. Look, there's very few teams playing as good as Maniac is right now, but that would be a really fun matchup just because Denver studies. When you get in the playoffs, man, things can turn on a dime. Like, when Maniac reset my playoff game against him a couple months ago, so anything can kind of happen there, right, Maniac? No, I'm just kidding. He did not. It was just a crazy mad thing. Tampa Bay Bucks and Arizona Cardinals, Big Hurt came into the NFC South with his chest chest poked out, talking about how he was going to take down D-Money, and D-Money left and I think owned that rivalry right there, though I think he did get a couple of wins there. On the other side, the fun matchup, I think the Ravens would kind of roll through Little Koch right now. He's not playing good football. But Jaguars, Texans, that would be a really fun game. Dolphins and Patriots, those two teams, you see Bloop in here being Eeyore. People are figuring him out, and so he feel like he's got some things that he's got to figure out. But I do think that would be a really fun matchup. And then maybe the rematch that we all kind of want to see, that's the Dallas Cowboys versus the Kansas City Chiefs. But Kansas City's got an old enemy to kill with the Baltimore Ravens because he took him out last year. And so there's definitely going to be some really fun matchups. A couple weeks left to go here as this becomes more and more clear. But I think we'll start to see it come together here real soon. Stop it, Rob. Stop it. Y'all need some humility. That's what some of us need. Some of us need some humility in our lives. Rob, when I read that, I thought you said Priest can beat anyone who's not in the game. I was like, yeah, he can beat anyone not in the game. You said not on the game, but not in the game sounded really funny to me as well. All right, let's look at a couple of owner-submitted questions. Let me see if I can zoom this in for y'all. How are we looking there? We can go a couple more for you. 'Cause I'm a nice dude. I don't care what Rob says about me. There we go. It's coming from our buddy Cobe. It says it would appear that both quarterback Ken Green of the Jets and quarterback Riley Worthington of the Patriots could potentially be in free agency this year. Who's your number one guy of the two? It'd be Ken Green. Worthington, I think, I said for a long time, was a franchise quarterback, probably the best ever quarterback we've seen come out. But in this Madden, with the way that DBs react and DBs cover, 88 throwing power, man, you got to be on point with your throws, and you got to make your reads perfectly. I think Ken Green kind of has some of the physical attributes, but I also do not believe that Worthington is going to get into free agency. I think Worthington is going to get another contract. I know that Bloop is saying that he's not going to, but I still have my doubts that that's actually going to happen. There are 4 weeks left in the season. Which player do you think has the ability to potentially still be Mo's MVP? Oh, I was like, who the hell's BMO? I don't know who the hell BMO is. That's a good question. What do you guys think in chat about that? Also, if there's some things y'all want to talk about before I get out of here, because I'm going to wrap this puppy up here really soon. Look, I think Mahomes has to be in the conversation. To throw 28 touchdowns and 8 interceptions at 71% is super impressive. Same thing for McCoy, 26 and 10 at 70. I mean, these guys have to be in the conversation for player of the year. You're trading Lamar. Mac, you better call me if you trade Lamar. You better stop playing. Anyway, I think those guys have to be in the conversation. I think if Mclaurin or Hopkins breaks their records, they have to be in the conversation. I don't think it's as impressive as what Ben Morris is doing, but I think Mahomes and McCoy, I say Mahomes more than McCoy just because I think he's having a better season. I mean, he's got more yards. He's got not as many attempts, but he's got more touchdowns, less interceptions, and a higher percentage. 13 sacks to 20 sacks, so he's been sacked more, and yet he's still kind of moving around. He's got a long of 90, which is pretty good. No, you're right, Blue. Igmop's got to be in the conversation. This is a magnificent season, having 22 and a half sacks already. And so I think Kansas City's going to have two guys that are at least in the conversation. What's up, Omega? I don't know about being the GOAT. I'm tired as hell, though, and feel like an idiot over here, but it is what it is. And I promise the show, we're going to make sure that there's a show. Mackie, for real, though, if you trading your boy, holla at me, okay? So we can make that happen. And finally, who do you think deserves the MVP that is not necessarily up there in the top 10? No one. I mean, you got to be in the top 10. I mean, those are the only guys for the MVP, unless we're talking about like the coach MVP award that we give out. We can kind of touch on those for really quick. I'm not quite sure who's even. If I had a vote, which I don't. Well, I guess I have a vote like the rest of you do. It would go to the Panthers. As much as Maniac gets under my skin, especially since he is always looking for a reason to get the hell out of here. I think he's having a superb season. And I know that the Chiefs would be a great talk, but like the Chiefs are already going to be in that conversation. We've seen that from him. You know, we haven't seen Maniac put this kind of season together in a long time. I mean, this is superb football. Look, what Mackey's doing with his team is super impressive. He was in the Super Bowl last year. I just didn't expect that from him. And I thought year one, he just got, it came together for him. I thought year two, he would take a step backwards, and he hasn't. He's been right there in the conversation and playing. I mean, he's going to be in the OMFL Bowl again if he continues to play the way he's playing. Those are really the only teams that kind of come to mind when I think of when I think of about the MVP race. Thanks, Omega Man. I appreciate you. We were actually talking about you this week. Why did you come up? Now I'm forgetting. You came up for something. You came up for a reason. We were talking about Xbox leagues, and I think that's where you came up. I think we were talking about Xbox leagues, maybe. So yeah, those are the guys. Let's go ahead and look at these. My head is like on what I've been working on all day. That's really, I was like, oh yeah, my wife's going to bed. I'm going to have like 2 hours before bed just to work on this thing. I was like, oh no, I got to do Press Pass Live. So the rest of this week, I'm probably not going to video game. I'm just going to work on this idea because I got some time coming off and I really want to get it put together. I got a Christmas overlay. I got a new OMFL overlay. This will probably stay the Press Pass Live overlay. I might make a few little tweaks and changes. I'm definitely going to make some tweaks and changes, and then I have a new PUBG overlay. So I'm excited, and we're trying some new things with it as well. Yeah, let's do it, Omega. Give me a yell, brother. I'm now having arguments, Omega, in my head that you're not who I think you are, but I think you are. But if not, holler at me anyway, and then I'll remember exactly who you are. It's just because everybody's name doesn't match up. But anyway, let's get to Big Hurt's 55. What's up? What are you doing, Hurt? Why do we have so many questions from you every week? Who would be your one player in the OMFL that you would use your 5-year contract incentive on if you could have the entire league as a player pool to choose from? Good question. On the surface, I kind of felt like, not that great of a question. But, to be fair, I think that's a pretty good question. That is not what we want to look at. What would you guys do? If you could have anybody in the OMFL and you get to give them a 5-year contract, who are you picking? I think it's got to be one of these 99 overall guys, right? We have too many of these 99 overall guys. Barkley, Khalees, Martin, Hopkins, Bacalari, I'm probably not saying that right, Walters, Ramsey, Watts, Gilmore, Donald, Thomas, Ramczyk, Kittle, Hill, McCaffrey, Mahomes. I'm probably going Mahomes. If I've got to give a 5-year on anybody, I think you find running backs. I think that you can find receivers. It would be a cornerback or it would be Mahomes. And I would definitely give cornerback a thought. Probably not Gilmore, just because he's 30. Jalen Ramsey would definitely get some thoughts for a 5-year contract from me. Who else is out there? No, I wouldn't get to Honey Badger. Humphreys give some serious conversation. Vaughn Mitchell, definitely some serious conversation. So I'm going quarterback because I now know what it's like to play with a terrible quarterback. And cornerback, one of those, quarterback or cornerback. I think those are key core positions. With a 1C being offensive lineman, which I know sounds stupid even on the surface, but I think offensive lineman, man, is so important to really put your money where your mouth is. Number 2, what do you think, or do you think this is the year that D-Money loses? No, they're like Alabama. Like I don't know if he pays his players, if he gives them PEDs, if he's giving them handies. I don't know what he's doing to his players, but until someone beats him, I'm not picking anybody else. I'm not picking anybody else. Who would be your top 3 owners to be on the hot seat? I had an idea for coach firings, and the board shat all over it. They hated the idea. But I still love the idea. And I'm not going to do it because I have a board here that keeps me from doing really stupid stuff. But the idea was that if you went 3 seasons in a row with a losing record, you went into a team draft for that season. And if you were the only one that had 3 losing seasons in a row, then you kept your team. But the next year you went back in. And so if there was 2 of you, you would swap teams. And so I still think that that's a cool idea. I think it forces you to mix it up. I think it forces you not to have your team back. We could come up with rules saying that it resets to the next Madden. So like if I'm the Saints, I have 3 losing seasons in a row, I get fired. The next Madden, I get my Saints back. Green Bay, the Bills, whatever. Like whatever team you started with that Madden, you would automatically get that team for the next Madden unless you worked out a trade. But anyway, I still think it would be a neat idea. Let's look at this. Eagles, top 3 owners if we had firings on. I guess it's not even this season. I would put the Eagles. It's a tough one. I'm going Clyde number 1. I think he would definitely lose his job if firings were on. But I think he's a top owner. I think the Browns number 2. Massimo's a very good owner. And then I'm torn because the Colts aren't going to get fired. He just moved over there. So we're talking about Raiders, Bills, Eagles. And Eagles isn't fair because he took over that team in the offseason. So let's do Raiders, Bills, 49ers. I'd say the Raiders have the most chance to get fired there, and I'd go Raiders. So out of the teams I think that we get fired if we end it this season, I'd go Clyde number 1. I still think he's top player here when he cares. I would go Massimo number 2 because I think he's a very good player, and I would go Jay Biles number 3 because I think Jay Biles, when he has the team and he's plugged in, he's very, very good. Bloop, stop it, Bloop. Stop. Just stop. And then his last question, top 2 in each to be the biggest favorites AFC, NFC next season. Next season, that's so hard. There's so much left to happen, right? There's so much that could happen. If I had to pick 2 in each, I'm going Ravens, Chiefs. Not much of a limb to go out on, but I think they're going to have the 2 best rosters. I think they're going to have a great opportunity to continue to be that. See, this is misleading, all right? It's easy to say Cowboys. Panthers are having a magnificent season. Can he play that type of quarterback play 2 seasons in a row? He'd have to show it to me. The Lions and Trey, I've always said, are one of the top players here, and he's putting it together. And D-Money's sitting at 9-3. So I say D-Money's number 1. And you have to go Cowboys number 2, you know? The guy loses 1-2 games, if any, a season. He's consistently up there. You just can't get D-Money out of D-Money's way. And so those are my picks. I'm going D-Money and Dwayne, and then Nipple and Penguins. Not much of a limb that I went out on anywhere. We talking about Brady on my phone board. I may fire all of them. Fire is such a stupid word. I'm talking tongue in cheek, but I do think it's about time for some changes. I think I have wore thin on a couple of my buddies that are hanging out with me. So remember, I need your help. I need you to hit this like button. I need you to hit the subscribe button. I need you to hit the share button. I need you to share that out. And from now on, when that happens, you're going to see some pretty little animations. I'm working on them. They're almost there. I think I almost got them. Yeah, I heard that's tough. I don't know that Outlaw would be in my top 3. I think he's a good owner. He's got to stay focused though, and he's got to stay in a positive state of mind, which is not good for him. Bloop, you're being like super Eeyore tonight. I will definitely take your quarterback, though. There's going to be some interesting money going around. I think free agency last year was weak as far as depth, but you could also see that guys weren't willing to go out and spend crazy because they've seen the issues coming up. But I think we're now going to be 2 seasons in, and people are going to be willing to spend some money. So the next time we're back together on Press Pass Live next Sunday, we're going to talk about that. We'll talk about the kind of money that we think guys will spend. So get your questions ready, because I think it'll be pretty good. Well, guys, that's going to bring us to the end of our show here. We're wrapping it up. I tried a new program here to run my stream that's more set up for Mac, and so it's working good, and I like it a lot. So I just got some more bugs to work out, but we're getting there, and I think you guys will like the new overlays. Even though I really like this overlay, I'm just gonna step it up a couple of notches. I went ahead and bought a couple of different ones so we can change it up for like Christmas, and we'll get one for Halloween next year. And I've got a new one I'm really excited about for the OMFL. It is a soccer template. Unfortunately, they don't make OMFL templates, or football templates, I should say. But it's still got some cool colors and some cool stuff. And yeah, I can't wait to just trying to figure out a couple different things. So we're gonna put a bow on the show. It's 11:48. I'm tired as hell. I've been rambling for quite some time now. How long have we been going? An hour and 20 minutes. Holy cow. Yeah, I definitely didn't mean to go that long. It's supposed to be like a 40-minute show. So thanks for hanging out with me tonight. If you missed the OMFL news, I will put it back on after the show. So I'll end the show with some OMFL news as I kind of get myself ready for bed, and then take it down after OMFL news is over. So I'll go to my Be Right Back screen and play the OMFL news so that you guys can go ahead and get ready to jump in there. So a lot of love for me. Thanks you guys for hanging out. Let me be entertaining, at least what I think is. I'm not entertaining. I know I'm not entertaining. I'm trying to entertain you though, even though Rob is mad, Bloop is Eeyore, and Maniac is the most passive aggressive human being that I've ever met in my entire life. Good luck getting that Xbox. I hope that works out for you. But anyway, I love you guys. I hope that you have a really blessed week. If you're looking for some spiritual stuff, go check out the spiritual chat that we have. I've been posting some stuff in there from my church. And then if you're into health, you're doing some stuff to stay healthy. If you're into just some mental health aspects, make sure that you guys go check out those chats and make sure that we're getting you everything you need. Shout out to my boy Brady. Thanks for staying consistent with the OMFL news. It just that single word means so much to me, man. I really do appreciate your consistency. I don't care about the content. I don't care about your foul mouth that you have. You do have a dirty mouth, though. You should think about, washing that mouth out. A little dirty mouth, foul mouth, man. Outside of that, I just love the consistency. And Maniac, I know you've been busy, but when things slow down, hopefully we'll get some more what's it called? I see, that's how long it's been. I can't remember what it's called, but his show, which we also really, really, really like. So I appreciate you guys, and thanks for hanging in there with me. I'm now going to get my butt in bed, put on some OMFL news. God bless you. Peace. We'll see you later this week.
Yeah. What's good, everybody, man? It's your boy Brady Sr. giving you the OMFL News After Dark. Got to talk about game of the week, some stat leaders, maybe even, talk about some of the power rankings. And then we're going to talk about the Madden issue playoff picture. Yeah, the image looking right. Yeah. Hey, the image looking right. But anyway, man, hey, we'll be right back after this, man, because we got to keep you locked, get you hype, and ready for the Press Pass motherfucking live in this bitch. But yo, I digress. We'll be right back. Yay! Hey, welcome back to the OMFL News After Dark. It's your boy Brady Sr. And I'm over here tearing up this holiday tin of popcorn, bro. And they be selling these bad boys at the grocery store, man. Got that caramel, got that cheddar. The butter popcorn is gone, though. But anyway, man, let's talk about the player of the week last week. It looks like offensively, man, Terry Mclaurin, 16 catches, 266 yards, 3 TDs. Like, good Lord, Rob. What are we doing over there? And then, of course, at the defensive side, man, we had Terrell Edmonds, 2 tackles, 0 sacks, 3 interceptions, and 1 forced fumble. And my boy in this image, boy, he look like he's straight from the streets. Snatch your mama's pocketbook, bitches. But yeah, hey man, we'll be right back into this, man. We're gonna keep the same beat, and we're gonna actually talk about the power rankings as of right now. I'll be right back. Yeet. Peace. I told y'all bitches I'll be right back after this. What's good, everybody, man? It's the OMFL News After Dark, man. We running through this shit because I'm a little bit behind getting y'all this content, but hey, gotta keep it rolling. It's been a busy week already. A lot of basketball going on, a lot of moving parts, so wanted to kind of keep things rolling. But power rankings, as it stands right now, Cowboys at 1, Chiefs at 2, Lions at 3, Ravens at 4, Panthers at 5, Cardinals at 6, Jaguars at 7, Bucks at 8, Patriots at 9, and the Dolphins at 10. And man, let me just tell you this right now. Looking at my schedule, bro, I actually would have faced on this back 9 the Cards, the Patriots, and next week I got the Dolphins. Like, holy shit, man. Jaguars is going through the gauntlet before the playoffs. You feel me? But hey, we gotta get stronger. Gotta get stronger. And the only way you do that is if you play the best. And unfortunately, I haven't been able to beat them yet. So it is what it is, man. But that's the power rankings as of right now. Pretender or contender? Let me know in them comments who you think that is. But other than that, man, we'll be right back after this, man. We're going to talk about some stat leaders, and then might even throw in a little bit of drama for that mama. Peace. Hey, rolling in my 6-4. Hey. What's good, everybody, man? It's your boy Brady Sr. giving you the OMFL News After Dark. And we back. Talking about the offensive statistical leaders right now. We're going to try to run through this real quick. Daniel Jones leads all quarterbacks with 60 completion percentage, 3,685 yards, 9.1 yard pass average. He's got a long of 85, TDs 32, interceptions, oh my God, 28. And then he's been sacked 16 times. The rushing leader is my boy, B-Mo, out there in Jacksonville. 220 attempts, 1,531 yards. He's averaging 7 yards a carry. 75 is his long, 2 fumbles on the season. He's actually got 20 plus runs, about 13 of them, and then he's got 6 broke tackles, and then he's got 17 TDs. He only trails a couple cats with 19 and 18 respectively. Mo, baby. But anyway, moving on to receivers, man. Terry McLaurin, of course, he should be leading. But anyway, Terry McLaurin, 103 catches, 1,749 yards, 17.0 is his average per catch. His long is 62, his drops is 19, and his yakety yak is 481 yards, and then his touchdowns is 16. That is the offensive leaders. We'll be right back after this with the defensive side. Peace. Hey, what's good, man? This your boy Brady Sr. If you've made it this far, hit that like, hit that subscribe, and keep tuning in every week to the OMFL News After Dark and the motherfucking Press Pass Live hosted by my boy GrownFolks Nate. But hey, I just give you the news in this bitch. Peace. Yo, what's good, everybody, man? It's the OMFL News After Dark. Had to switch up the beat a little bit, and we going to the defensive statistical leaders. So Samson Ebeckham, 34 tackles, 22 sacks, 3 forced fumbles, and that is all the stats that he has, but he leads everybody with 22 sacks on the season. He's the sack leader. Then over here at the tackle leader, you have Willie Gay Jr. out of the Giants with 59 tackles, 3 sacks, 1 forced fumble, 1 fumble recovery, 2 interceptions, and 11 pass deflections and 2 TDs. And then over here at the interception leaders, you have a tie for first with Roddy Harrison and Anthony Brown. They both have 10 interceptions on the season. And then after that, man, looks like you have somebody at 9, and then you have everybody else is tied for the 4th spot at 8. There's quite a few of them, but those are your defensive statistical leaders, man. Hey, yo, we'll be right back after this with the Madden playoff preview. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. All right, man. Welcome to the OMFL News After Dark, man. It's your boy Brady Senior. Welcome back. We getting ready to talk about the Madden issue playoff bracket as of right now this week. If the postseason was to start today, AFC side, you would have Kansas City with the bye. And then you would have Ravens versus the Bengals. You would have the Jags versus the Texans, round 3. And then you would have the Pats versus the Dolphins, round 3. And then, of course, on the NFC side, you have the Cowboys with the bye week. Then you would have Pack versus the Lions, okay, round 3. You would have the Vikings versus the Panthers. And then you would have the Cards versus the Buccaneers, round 3. A lot of round 3s popping off in the postseason, but hey, there can only be one champion. Who's a pretender? Who's a contender, man? Talk to me about these matchups. Peace. Hey, yeah. Yeah. Okay. What's good, everybody, man? It's your boy Brady Senior giving you the OMFL News After Dark. And we talking about the game of the week, man. We are zooming through this like a motherfucker, bro. And yeah, it's the Cowboys versus the Chiefs. 11-0 versus 10-1. And right now, Daddy Leagues predicts that it's a 28-26 final score in favor of the Cowboys. So, man, let me know in the comments what y'all think it's really gonna be. But, yo, we almost out of here. Press Pass Live is coming up next. But before we get out of here, man, we'll hit you with the closing. And, yeah, we'll be right back. Peace. Yeah. All right, y'all, man. It's your boy Brady Senior giving you the OMFL News After Dark. And that's it, y'all. We up out of here for another show. And, yeah, man, please get over to my my DMs, man. Private message me some content, man. Starting to run out of that flavor, man. It's supposed to be the news, right? So y'all gonna have to get y'all asses up and give me some motherfucking news. But before we get up out of here, man, we got an update in the award race. Still leading the AFC is the Chiefs with 5 award nominations. Then you have the Jags at 4. And then you have, with 1 each, New England, Denver, Cleveland, LA Chargers, and the Houston Texans all have 1. And then on the NFC side, man, Dallas still leads all teams with 4, with Washington following with 3, a tie with Seattle and Detroit at 2, and then you have Chicago and Carolina both with 1 player representing them in the award race. But yeah, it's Press Pass Live time, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to make it on this show, but if I do sneak in, hopefully you stay locked and tuned in for the sultry Grown Folk Nate, y'all. But hey, I'm out of here, man. This is your boy Brady Senior, man. Peace, love, and motherfucking hair grease.